Good evening, everyone. I just wanted to check in and point out a few things that I've noticed in the first couple of weeks in regards to your assignments. The first issue that I wanted to talk about has to do with your executive summaries. When you are submitting your work, you want to make sure that you have this information that's bold. For two reasons. One, it makes it easier to read, and then two, just for presentation. And I didn't take off points the first time around, but if I noticed it, I made a comment like, please make sure your headings are bold when you are doing this. Also, too, another thing that I noticed, some people, not everybody, but you want to make sure that each time you do your executive summaries that you have an introduction and a conclusion. There was a few people who might have done a really good job with their executive summaries, like they had the introduction and the different headings, but then when they got to this part, they didn't have anything. If you were trying to figure out what do I need to put in my conclusions, just talk about the lab. Talk about the unit. Did you enjoy it? Did you learn a lot? This wasn't one of my favorite ones, etc. Had quite a few people in my last class who did that, and it was good. It was good to see which units they really liked, which ones they didn't. And then two, with people with your career paths, sometimes some of these units will spark an interest and you'll say, I think this might be something that I want to pursue further. So if any of that applies to you, just put it there. You just want to talk from your heart and share that. And again, when you're doing your executive summaries, I don't expect for you to regurgitate the entire unit. I know what the unit is about, but I do want to make sure that you understand the concepts that were covered and that you're doing a good job with articulating your thoughts. Okay? Excuse me. I am fighting a cold, so I'm going to be coughing a little bit. Sorry. Throughout this video. Okay, so we talked about that. Start here. Okay, the other thing I wanted to mention has to do with the application Remind. I asked everybody to sign up. As you are aware, I can send out reminders and text you and all that cool stuff, but you can also text me. And the great part about it is you can text me and I'll never see your number and you'll never see mine. Your name comes up, so I'll know who I'm communicating with, but it gives you like a fabrication number, which is pretty neat. And I've been using this now for about 5 or 6 years. So I'm just mentioning this. Just say, for instance, you email me and I don't respond in a timely manner, then you might want to try to text me and you might get a faster response. Okay? All right, and the next area I want to talk about has to do with our discussions. I also noticed too that, especially for that first week, quite a few people answered. Okay, let me back up. So for each week, each time we have a unit, you're going to have a discussion. And you have to make sure that it has 200 words and that you have a thoughtful response. But you are also supposed to respond to one of your classmates. Quite a few people did a good job with doing their part with the initial posts, but didn't respond to any of their classmates. If that happens, then you're going to lose points. The discussion component of this activity is worth 20 points. So if you only do your part and don't respond to anyone, you're going to get 12. I think that's right, 12 out of 20. Now, when you respond, you only have to respond to one person, but you want to make sure you do a little bit more than yes, no, I agree, etc. It should be some type of dialogue, not a lot, but just a little bit, giving that person some feedback on what they've said or maybe some suggestions on the unit or their thoughts. Okay. Sorry, I'm just looking around trying to make sure that I have addressed everything I wanted to. So I think that was it. So right now, by the time you see this, we will be going into our third week. And that's what I forgot as I said that. Sorry guys, give me 1 minute. I'm going to hop back over to the double windows. For your 3rd week, you are going to have to download this piece of software on your computer and do some coding. I'm hesitating because a few people last time, if you were working with a Chromebook, you're going to have some issues. So I'm mentioning this now. If you have another avenue that you can go, maybe a computer lab or computer at work or something, or a friend, family member, coworker, computer that you can use, you might want to do that. But if you have a Chromebook and you try to complete this portion of the lab, then you're going to run into some issues. I'm not sure why. Yeah, it's probably something that we need to discuss as a unit, but for now, just try to figure out yeah, another way of completing that if you do have a Chromebook. Because if not, then you'll lose points. So, excuse me. Okay, so I think that was it. Those are the main things. But for the most part, everybody seems to be doing well. Had a few people who started off late, but again, just keep me in the loop. Something happens, just let me know. And I will definitely work with you. Okay? Just think, by the time so we're going into week 3 now. Yeah, so next week you'll be at your midpoint, which is great. So keep up the good work. Yeah, and if you need anything, you know how to reach me. All right. So I'll be back in a couple of weeks. Just touch bases but yeah, keep up the good work, guys.